Hello, and welcome back to Cabincast with Oliver and Chris.
Hello.
We are here with our final installment for Demon Souls. Probably,
Yeah.
unless we wind up talking super long on 1-3 or something, but most likely our final installment on Demon Souls. It's been 9 months it's taken us to do this. But we're finally here with 1-3, 1-4, and Below the Nexus.
hmm
Last time we took a look at value of defilement and all that fun stuff. Actually, quite a bit to talk about, surprisingly, and some
Yeah.
interesting stuff in there. But
I learnt a lot about that because,
we
as
did
it
learn a
turns
lot.
out, I haven't spent a lot of time wandering around there for some strange
No,
reason.
yeah, not our favorite place. That's for sure. But we're back to some areas that I do quite enjoy now. With the Inner
Yeah.
Ward and the King's Tower.
hmm Of course, this doesn't have to be the final area that you go to, but it tends to be.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's the way I've done 1-1-1-2, everything else, then 1-3-1-4 every time.
Yeah.
And it's really weird to me that you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
Because
Very
it
strange
feels
that
it
you
feels
only
like
have to
False
defeat
King Alarm.
the one. Yeah, Force King Lung should be the final boss in my mind.
Yeah,
It's certainly
exactly.
got the. But yeah, no, you only need to defeat one other. What are they called? Greater demons.
Uh, Archdemon.
Archdemons. That's the one.
Yeah. Yep, defeat one Archdemon, and then you can come back and
The
head on
floodgate that
through
was there
the
disappears.
Floodgate. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So, yep. After you kill the Tower Knight, there's a Floodgate you can't get through, and then once you've done that, you can go through it, and you see a fat official. And they're kind of like always, snickering and stuff. They remind me of
Hmm.
Shrek for some reason. Not Shrek the
Eh,
Ogre specifically, but the franchise. And I'm not sure
maybe.
why, but they give off that vibe, that kind of like creepy fairy tale aesthetic, maybe is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that. It's very hard to put your finger on them.
Yeah,
What they actually are.
indeed. It's like, are they people? Are they demons? Are they? Anyway, uh, yeah. So the Inner Ward. Um, there's a lot of stuff in here.
It's a lot of stuff. I think this is definitely apart from maybe the swamp. This is the area that I get the most lost in.
Yeah, I reckon so.
So many winding paths. I say there's so many winding paths and staircases and all sorts, but looking at this map here, there doesn't seem to actually be too many.
It feels like there's many winding stairways and paths and stuff,
Yeah.
even if there aren't in actual fact.
Yes, indeed.
But yeah, this is one of the many instances in Boletaria anyway, where they love their fire boulders.
Yep. They love their fire boulders. They also love their dogs around here.
hmm And just generally, there are quite a lot of ambushes and stuff you've got to watch out for.
Yeah, you get the Imperial spies
The
all over the
Imperial
place.
spies, yeah, who are
Which
pretty
I'm
cool.
unsure whether Imperial spies means they're from somewhere else
Mm,
and they're spying in Boletaria, or what's going on with that.
yeah,
Who knows?
it's hard to say for sure. Um, But yeah, so there's fire boulders here at the very start. Um, you get more cutscenes after the fire boulders with the. Basically, you're chasing this one fat official through most of the level.
Hmm.
In fact, the entire level up until the boss fight.
Yeah.
Um, at which point the boss kills him for you, which is, uh, yeah, we'll get
It
to
would
that.
it would be handy, but it's more annoying.
Mhm.
I've been wanting this for so long.
Yeah,
I've been robbed.
indeed. Very sad. Yeah. Yeah, like we say, it's kind of there's so many little things you can do in this one that it's kind of harder to just do like this is the run through.
Yeah,
Um,
we can't do a run through. There's basically there's lots of different places that you
yeah.
can explore. There is, I think this is the area that has the illusory wall in it.
Yes, I
The
believe.
new illusory wall
Mhm.
um, that was added in the remake.
Mm.
Um, which after you gather, was it like 26 of these ceramic
Ceramic
coins, which are
coins, yeah.
horrible to try and get. You end
Yep,
up getting the penetrator's armor.
indeed. Which is very cool.
Um, there are a couple of other things as well, little secrets in this area.
Yep.
There is there's a fat official somewhere in there,
Mhm.
not the fat official,
Mhm.
that you can kill, who drops an iron keyring,
Yes.
which then lets you open one of the doors just before the Tower Knight boss fight when you're on the was it the road, the King's Road, or something? Is it the King's Road?
Yeah.
The Lord's Path,
Lord's Path.
same thing.
Basically nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, which will lead you down to a little dungeon
Mhm.
with two things in it. One
Mhm.
is another fat official with another key.
Yep.
The other is Bureau of the Twin Fangs.
Bjorn, who I
Um,
completely missed on my first time through,
I didn't.
but Chris did not.
I think I've had. I haven't actually fought the penetrator alone because the
Yeah.
first time going through, I've had Bior helping me,
Mhm.
and the second time coming through, I've had you helping me, Ollie.
Indeed. So yeah.
Yeah.
We will come to him though when we come to him. But yeah. So who's Bjor?
He's one of the Twin Fangs, who are two soldiers, two warriors, two knights
Yeah.
of Boletaria. One of which, the other one, whose name I
Mhm.
cannot remember for the life of me, was the one that escaped the fissure, right?
I
And
believe so.
if I look up Bureau of the Twin Fangs, the other Twin Fang must be mentioned, surely. Mestoff, no, we don't want Mestophilus.
Bjor of the Twin Fangs.
Dialogue. Maybe if I look up the Brushwood set, I imagine they both have the same.
Quite possibly.
No, maybe not.
This is going so well.
Google, help me.
So while Chris is looking for that, this is also where you can continue Ostrava's quest line. Uh, once again, yeah, you'll find another fat official uh, who drops the official's cap. When you pull a lever on your right, you unlock a shortcut, opening the fat official originally closed on you. The one that the fat official closed on you. It also enables you to save Ostrava, who's fighting against two Red Eye Knights and a Bolotarian soldier on the other side. Saving him, he gives you some pure clear stone, and then he'll do what Ostrava does and just wander about and kill things.
Mm. I
And
found
just
the
wander about.
name.
What's the name?
Valafax.
Valafax.
Yeah,
It's a very different name to Bjor.
indeed.
Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
they're
we
both
don't know.
just strange
Yep,
names, really.
for sure.
So we talked about the gate. We talked about Ostrava. I
Mhm.
think that's the only time you actually have to rush to save Ostrava.
Yeah, he will die if you're not that fast because the Red Eye Knights are menacing.
All right.
So yeah.
Um,
There is, however, another person who's trapped
there is.
nearby.
There is. You're going to have to do a cosplay to save this other person.
Yeah.
So in that winding alleyway where the illusory wall is that we talked about,
Mhm.
the alternate path leads to a clock tower, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a gate at some point there that you need to unlock with the key, and then you go up to the
Mhm.
clock tower, and then when you're inside the clock tower doing your little fat official cosplay, despite the fact that, apart from the fact that you're wearing the same clothes, you look nothing like them. You're about a third of their
Mhm.
weight,
Yep.
probably two-thirds their height.
Mhm.
Don't sound anything alike. Quite possibly in glowing soul form as well,
For
if you play
sure.
like me. But it's enough to trick them. So they lower down a staircase for you. You can kill the fat official that's up there, and you
Mhm.
rescue a very, very talented Soulsborne YouTuber called Yuri the Witch.
Indeed. Interestingly, the fat officials apparently will just straight up not attack you when you're wearing the fat official cap specifically.
Mm,
Um. Uh. But yeah. Yuri the Witch. This is where the name comes from. Uh. She'll go to the Nexus where she will teach you powerful magic in exchange for demon souls.
indeed. She
Um.
always seems like a strange
Yeah.
character to me.
Yeah.
They don't seem to. She doesn't seem to like the fact that she knows all of this strange magic.
Yeah. Because does she do sorceries and
And
miracles?
maybe
Because I feel like there's something different about her, but I can't put my finger on what it is.
Firestorm, Ignite,
Fiery
Cursed
ones.
Weapon, Soul Thirst, Relief, and Soul Sucker.
She just has the edgy ones.
They all seem like spells.
I think they're all spells. There's the darker spells,
Yeah,
I suppose. Um.
yeah. Except for Relief.
Mm,
Relief
yeah,
is just a full heal.
but a sorcery heal, so weird, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure if it. What does it have requirements for level? Doesn't
I
look
don't know.
like it. I don't think you could really call it a faith or a sorcery, but I guess it depends on
Depends on which catalyst.
which catalyst you use.
Well, we can find out
Oh, it is a
too.
magic spell.
Magic
Yeah.
spell. Yeah.
Okay. All these other ones magic spells too. Magic spell. Yeah.
I imagine they might all be.
So yeah, they're all magic.
Yeah.
They're all strange magics.
Yeah. Because there's more magics than there are miracles. I think Saint Urbane has all the miracles,
Hmm.
and then it's between Yuria and the other chap,
Sage Frake.
Sage Fake, that you get the not miracles,
Yeah.
the sorceries. So yeah, you find her too with some classic FromSoft weirdness of doing a cosplay to open a gate. It's very
Some,
strange.
something that you'd probably never realise without the internet.
Yep, like when we first played Dark Souls 2, and we were fighting the Fume Knight, and Chris was cosplaying Velstadt, brother of said Fume Knight, so he was buffing immediately, and we didn't know why for so long.
Oh, was that why?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're the one who told me this.
was I?
Yeah,
I completely forgotten that.
yeah. I just remember it because I was like, oh, that's
That does
why it
make
was so much harder.
sense.
I think you told me, or maybe you didn't, but I think you did. Um, or it would have been that, or it came up in a Varty video. Or it was both. You sent me a thing where like, oh, this is why, because it came up in a Varty video. Yeah, little things like that that are, always fun, always cool, but also very silly, yeah, without the internet.
Yeah. Oh! I think Yuria gives you spells from all of the. Okay, no, never mind. Never mind. I was about to say it looked like they came from all of the archdemons, but they don't actually.
Uh,
Mostly come from archdemons. There's also the one from the Maiden in Black, the one from the Penetrator, and one from the Armored Spider.
the Maiden in Black can give you a demon soul.
Yes, that's how you get Soul Sucker, apparently. I
I did
guess
not
if
know
you,
that, but
I
that
guess
does
if you
make
kill
sense.
her, which I haven't done yet,
No,
because I'm not a bad person. I
no.
swear.
Yeah.
I need to do that at some point.
Hmm. Huh. But yeah, running around in general, there's a whole bunch of Bolatarian soldiers. Some have halberds, some have crossbows. They're in all sorts of lineups, and they can be quite challenging. There's also a whole bunch of Red Eye Knights though, and they are
Hmm. I think
still
that's the
very
main
dangerous.
reason we go for this area last.
Yeah, because they still hit like a truck.
Oh yeah.
Um, and yeah, you do enough damage at this point that if you can get a parry off, you probably can one shot them or very almost, but they can pretty much one shot you still. They are still very very dangerous. And then there's three, along with a whole bunch of Bolatarian soldiers, like on the steps before the
Hmm.
boss. And that's
Steps before the boss, you want to feel all epic walking out for this confrontation, but you're
yeah,
just sort of, oh, I'll just go probe in there, and I'm just going, yeah, get them.
yeah.
It
It's
doesn't
the kind of
feel
thing that
big at
the
all.
first couple of times I remember I did fight them all, and then much like before the Lothric and Lorien boss fight in Dark Souls 3, just spin up the steps, avoid everything, run, 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 run to the boss fight. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's most of the stuff kind of in the area. Um, obviously there's ceramic coins in some places, which we aren't going to cover. If you want to be mad and try and do that yourself, you can do it. But white and black world tendencies before we get to the boss fight. In the side area near the start of the level, after the guards open the side path with the ninjas,
The
imperial
ninjas.
imperial spies is what it means. And a
Okay.
boulder that goes down the stairs. You can go up to a small ladder, and you'll see a door you cannot open in front of you. But you can break a box to get a coin. And in the courtyard overlooking the boss fog gate, where the primeval demon spawns. Um,
Okay, that's just fractured mode ceramic coin nations.
yes, it is. Yeah. You can
Okay.
go on the upper walkway and break a box. Yeah. So yeah, that's nothing that useful. The
Well,
primeval demon that shows up in pure Blackwood tendency is likely to drop a colorless demon soul, and that's more so. Yeah, so not a whole lot. There are black phantom fat officials though. What were you saying,
Yeah.
Chris?
No, I was just thinking. Yeah, there's not really much for the white world tendency there.
No,
There's barely
not
anything for the
there.
black world tendency.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but no, it's a slightly confusing area and definitely a challenging area. But it's quite fun. And that's probably how I would describe the boss as well,
Hmm.
which
The boss feels a
is
lot more like with a game filled with gimmick bosses.
mm-hmm.
This one actually just feels like a Souls boss.
This is Artorias Beta,
Yeah,
or
that's
Alpha
a good
even.
way to
I don't
describe
know.
him.
But yeah, I really like the Penetrator boss fight. Uh, it's yeah, like Chris said, there's lots of gimmick fights in Demon Souls. Some of them are great, some of them are less great. We've gone over which are which, at least in our opinion. And it's interesting. This is one that I'd never really seen this boss fight before the game. Um, before
Yeah.
playing the game. Obviously, is what I mean.
I mean, you might. It's very possible you might have, but just sort of generic looking, well, iconic looking, but
Mm.
nothing particularly stand out of this just night guy.
Yeah, potentially it was that because yeah, I've seen Force King a lot because he just looks super anime compared to everything else. Dragon God obviously is huge. Uh, Flame Lurker I maybe just saw at least from the trailer, but still from the trailer. And Tower Knight is iconic, obviously, and the spider. But this is one which I got to and I was like, this isn't False King Alarm. I swear he's later. Nope, it's this guy. I have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he is the final of Alant's 3 knights that aren't the other 2 knights that we fight. Uh, the first being, well, in 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3. The first is the Phalanx. The second is the Tower Knight. The third is Penetrator. And then in 1-4, we will fight the them proper, as it were. And they are, yeah, certainly interesting. But yeah, Penetrator's a knight-like demon that wields a long, penetrating sword that glows light blue every time it's like every swing. And it can perform a devastating thrust attack, but the rest of its moves are quite slow. Um, so yeah, he does a very fast thrust, but then he does lots of like kind of spins with it. I don't know if spins is the right word, but he's quite spinny in a way. Um, and he's very aggressive.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first fought him, I was like, okay, this seems hard. And then once I figured out the dodge timings, as long as you've got the stamina for that, obviously, it's really fun. Um, Very much like Artorias, about you just get used to the dodge timings and swinging in between them. If anything, though, it is in this version, granted because this is a much newer game than Dark Souls, it feels much more fluid than the Artorias boss fight. Um, but again, I imagine that's just because it's an updated remake, whereas even Dark Souls Remaster was not a remake. Um, but yeah, so I really enjoyed that. I played as like a cleric with a shield and a fat roll, and then as a thief, and I did rolling both times. One was definitely easier than the other, um, but it was possible in both situations. Tense, but a lot of fun. But for Chris, what was your
my
first experience like?
my first one was I was very very vanilla.
Hmm.
Just picked the night class and did
Yeah,
not change anything. Same weapon the whole way through. Same shields. Well, actually, tell a lie. I might have had the I can't remember the name of it. The sort of fire
purple
resistant
flame
shield,
shield.
purple flame shield
Yeah.
going through, but very very vanilla.
Hmm.
I think I may have just gotten enough endurance to be able to roll
Yeah.
at that point, but it was fast. But I had Bior to help me, so that
Yeah.
was fine. And then my second experience was with a goddamn midden hammer. At that point, I think it was.
You had the Murdenhammer and I had magic, and
It was very strange.
it was, yeah.
He'd be going for you most of the time, and you'd be rolling desperately, and I'd be trying as hard as I could to run to catch up to him.
And then he would like swing round to you at the last second,
Yeah, it
and he's like,
was.
Okay, he's over there now."
You couldn't handle two of us, I don't think.
No, not really. It is very much a dual kind of boss fight, like Artorias, like Lady Maria. It's designed for one-on-one and to be just a really kind of cool battle of skill.
Hmm.
And when multiple people, the AI is like, no. But yeah, it is kind of a more generic knight design, but it's very fancy, and the
Yeah.
detail obviously is great, and I really
After
like it.
after being able to actually fight the guy and having
Mhm.
a personal experience with him, he's a lot more memorable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's a cool design. It's cool that you can finally get his armor in game. I don't know if I ever will.
I'm definitely not going to.
Just you can get the stuff for the Tower Knight and for the Phalanx lady. I think you can get their weapons at the very least.
I
Maybe
will
you can't get their armor. I'm not sure.
I will figure that out quickly.
Hmm.
I feel like you must be able to.
I think so. But yeah. While Chris looks at that, we'll just move on. You defeat the Tower Knight. Nope. You already defeated him. You defeat the Penetrator. And you can head on to the final zone, 1-4, the King's Tower.
No,
Um,
no, no, no.
there are no White World events, and there are no Black World events. However, there's a note that Bjor can be hostile against a player while he's fighting against a dragon, though it is not known if this is a feature or a bug. However, pure Black World tendency is required.
Doesn't look like you can get his set.
Hmm, well, there we are. Um,
I mean, the leather set sort of looks like um, what we see
yeah.
Phalanx in,
Mm-hmm.
or Phalanx's counterpart,
Human.
or red
Longbow Ulan.
demon. Yeah,
Yeah, Metas the Penetrator, Alfred the Tower Knight, and Longbow Ulan. That's the three of them.
Tower Knight. Is there no page for the Phantom? Law, anti magic field. No.
But yeah, after defeating the Penetrator, you carry on and you head into this place where there's like a dead dragon. Which is like a dead dragon. Is it a demon that looks like a dragon that's also dead? I don't know.
Oh, he's wearing the brushwood set.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
They also
so
said
he's
the
wearing the
brushwood
same
set.
thing as yeah the
It's
others,
Bior. Yeah.
and I'm assuming Valifax.
Mm-hmm.
Longbow Ulan. There's a chain helmet, fluted armor, plate gauntlets, and plate leggings. Really?
Well, we're blind. Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought she was wearing leather stuff.
So did I, but I guess we were wrong.
Metas is wearing chain
The
helmet, fluted
penetrator,
armor.
right?
No, not the penetrator set.
Oh no, because he's not actually the penetrator. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. It's kind of weird, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, fair enough.
So you can cosplay as the penetrator. You can't cosplay as the Tower Knight, really. And cosplaying as Phalanx doesn't make any sense in the first place. Um, but yeah, there's a carcass of what must be an actual dragon here that the demon dragons are based on. I think. Um, there's a crystal lizard. There's some Bolotarian soldiers who are like standing on it with crossbows. It's pretty cool. Um, and there's three black phantoms who we were just talking about.
Yeah. They are horrible because there's all
They
three of them
are
together.
very powerful. Yeah, so I've slightly wrong. Metas, Knight of the Lance, Alfred, Knight of the Tower, and finally Longbow Ulan. One of them's got a massive tower shield. One of them's got a very powerful bow, and the other one's got the stabbing sword. And
Yeah.
yeah, they're tough. You know, backstabs and parries and all that kind of stuff. You know, work, but they are tricky. They can kill you very fast, and they've quite a lot of health. So yeah, they are a tough fight. They're a fun fight. Again, especially with multiple players, and you're a bit more on an even playing field. But it is kind of the original Gank squad, I guess. Uh,
Yeah, that's what the Gank Squad in Dark Souls 2 is based off of.
mhm.
Probably, maybe not.
Did you
Who
just say
knows?
that and you're like, I
Yeah,
think probably,
I mean, I mean,
perhaps.
it's
I
a
mean, I
squad of
think you're
three
right.
people fighting a heavy armored person, a less heavy armored person, and someone with a
And
ranged
a bow
weapon.
person. Yeah, no, you're right. That definitely does fit almost perfectly. The knight has like a this. Yeah, yeah. No, I think yeah, you're right. Then the Gank squad in Dark Souls 3 is more like a D&D party. Um, but
Yeah,
it's still based on the previous things. But yeah. So yeah, fighting them is tough, but you can do it. And then
you can
once you
kill a
have done it,
skeleton.
yeah, exactly. You carry on, and there's more Bolotarian soldiers, and there's more Red Eye Knights.
Yes, I think the Red Eye Knights in this area are particularly deadly.
They are, yes. I will have some ones where I'll just parry them immediately and die, and then the next one I will just
Uh,
be killed instantly. It's like,
I
oh
think the
shit.
main problem is the fact that you'll be fighting them mainly on stairs,
Stairs and stairs
and the
are
height difference causes all sorts of problems.
yeah, parrying and stairs don't quite work. There's also some Imperial spies here, who can jump down and attack you at all sorts of inconvenient times, which is, unfortunate for you, but great for them. Um, and yeah, once you manage to get to the top, you can climb a ladder. Uh, you'll find the blue eye knight greaves on a body. And after heading outside, you get a short cut scene where the blue dragon shows up.
Yes,
Um, yes, you dealt with the red dragon before, and the blue dragon was nearby.
it's
But
just
this time,
chilling.
yeah, this time the blue dragon's gonna show up and start breathing fire everywhere. Probably will kill the fat officials who are trying to get you, which is something. That's good. Um, but the fire that he breathes is less good. That's a problem.
Hmm.
Yeah. But you sprint onwards, and you avoid the fire, or you don't, and then you do it again. But hopefully you avoid the fire. Um, and this is once again where me and Chris's paths diverge. Because if you turn left, you find Bjor of the Twin Fangs, who was there if you both rescued him in the Lord's Path and he survived the penetrated boss fight, which both tick boxes for Chris,
Yep.
and then no tick box and a non-applicable for me. So I did not do this. So how does this? What does this do?
Well, not much to start with.
Mhm.
You've still got to, yeah, you do the running past the dragon,
Mhm.
the fat official in the middle, it's absolute
Mhm.
pain.
Mhm.
But when you get to the sort of big main staircase where you have to run into the actual tower itself,
Yep.
um, Bjor's like, "Don't worry, I've got this," and then just sort of stands in the middle of the staircase looking at the dragon. The dragon just blasts him.
Waving his sword at it.
Yeah, and he just sits there and takes the fire. So it's a lot easier to get past all that fire,
Yeah.
at least.
So yeah. The
It
blue
seems sort of
dragon.
dumb to me though.
The blue dragon is an optional boss. Um, More so than the red dragon is. The red dragon's like you can shoot it as it goes past. I don't know if you can actually fight it on the plateau you see it on initially. I guess maybe you can. I'm not sure. But the blue dragon you can actually fight here. Um, and if you defeat it, it drops a large-scaled flame demon soul.
I did not know you could actually kill it.
Yeah, you can kill both of them.
Hmm. I assume you can kill them back in
I
one
imagine you
one.
probably can, but this is like the better slash easier place to kill them.
Hmm.
It doesn't give you anything though beyond 30,000 souls.
No, that's not a number to be sniffed at.
Yeah, that's quite a lot. Um, but after this, you head to the hall directly under where the dragon was, And this is where you finish Ostrava's quest line.
Yes, that you do. We have forgot to mention
Mm?
something that's been added in the remake.
Yes, I meant to, and then I forgot.
There is a little path that links back to the top of the scaffoldy inside the room bit that you fight all those Red Eye Knights to
Yeah.
the bottom of the big staircase so that you don't have to do that annoying fire run each time.
Once you've completed the run, you get a shortcut. And yeah, that was not in the game initially, and that's the one major gameplay change that they altered.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good call
Oh, yes. No one's going to be
because
complaining about
it just would be, very annoying to repeat that every single time otherwise. And yeah. So, Ostrava you find by the steps, and he tells you his father's up above, but he's transformed into a fiendish demon, because of course that's not actually his father. His father has transformed into a demon. This is
but
not
that's
him.
not. Yeah.
He asks you to kill his father and gives you the mausoleum key that allows you to access the Boletaria mausoleum.
Hmm.
Um,
We
and
talked about
after
that, didn't we?
I'm not sure. I was
Should we
just
mention it
wondering that.
quickly now?
I figure we shall.
Cool. Mausoleum key opens
Mhm.
back in 1-1, the
Yep.
mausoleum,
Yep.
um, which has old King Duran in it.
Old King Doran, who is just like a god,
I'm
maybe?
still not entirely sure. You know, old
You
King
just
Duran, also known as the last hero, is a demigod of the ancient past and the founder of Boletaria.
Yep. And he's just been chilling in this mausoleum
Yeah, with
for
the sword
years
Demon Brand.
with Demon Brand. And yeah, you fight him a little bit, and once you prove yourself, he's like, "Cool, yep, you're worthy. You can have the sword."
Yeah,
Uh, and then you can keep fighting him, and you can kill him, I think, but it's just an awful lot of effort.
I mean, it's a really good armor set you get from him, and 27,000 souls.
Yeah. So
And the Eternal Warriors ring. What's that do? Da-da-da. Increases rate of stamina regeneration by about 8 points per second.
I don't know.
Reduces
That
the
sounds
time it
like
takes to
decent.
completely recharge the stamina bar by 1 second.
Wow, impressive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can fight him. I wouldn't recommend it though. He's really tough, and
There's a
yeah,
way to cheese it.
yep, there is. I remember this.
If you get too far away from the mausoleum, he obviously follows you for a while, but after a while he stops fighting and slowly walks back. But then you can
Yep.
kick him, push him forwards, and then if you kick him to a very large edge,
Yep.
he'll fall off and just die.
Yep.
Gravity will do the work for you.
Indeed. So yeah, you can do it that way.
But you're a monster if you do.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, so that's what you do with the mausoleum key. Moving on from that, you carry on along hallway. You'll be approached by the Black Phantom of Ostrava. Uh, Again, starting up the sadness
Yeah.
stories for the Souls games because yep, there's always that. Um, and yeah, you have to fight him. I guess you could just like leave him, but you probably have to fight him. Uh, and if you defeat him, he drops the rune sword and the rune shield, which are quite cool looking.
Yeah. I don't think
They're
they're particularly good.
they're not
They
particularly
can also
good,
be
but they
they
look.
can be found in Upper Latria as well.
Mm,
So
thought they
there's
could
not
be
much need.
because they're not actually from Boltari, are they? They're from
No, they're from some
outside,
other hero.
and he
Gilded
like
sword
what?
crafted with exquisite design, its physical attack power is close to non-existent, but is strongly magically enhanced. It also protects his wielder from magical attacks. It is the weapon of the legendary hero with its paired rune shield.
There's a lot of legendary heroes in this.
Yeah, yeah, I guess there are.
But yeah, after you fight Black Phantom Ostrava, you can enter an elevator, which
A
takes
very
so
long
long,
elevator.
and
I
then
can't remember how long I saw someone go in it and time it, and
It's
it was over a minute, I think, of just sitting in a box.
yeah,
If you look carefully outside in the remake, you can see the people winding the mechanism go past as you.
that's really cool. I didn't know that. That makes it
Yeah.
distinctly better already. But yeah. And at the top of this, there's another shortcut scene. And you face Old King Alan, which is he's less anime in the remake, I
Yeah.
think, but he's still very.
Looks very much like General Sanders in my mind. Needs a pair
Mm.
of glasses and a mustache, and then he's there.
Yeah, yeah, he's got this kind of like just a white royal suit with this like gold and just it looks great. I mean, like everything in this game, it looks great. It looks really cool. He looks cool. And yeah, this is not the actual the real Alan, because Alan was driven by lust for power and became a demon after he made a pact with the old one. And this boss is known as the False King because it is not the real Alan. After Alan allied with the old one, he was given immense power, and using said power, he fashioned a demon made in his own image. Made to look like his old self at the height of his power, the demon would lead the demon armies against Boletaria. And yeah, this boss is scary.
Yes, he
Mainly
can be
because of the elevator
used.
ride.
He can
But
be used in a very interesting exploit.
mm-hmm.
Um, there is an exploit you can do with the. Is it the gold coin,
Maybe?
which increases your luck, your item find? You
Uh-huh.
can then, when you have that active, level up your luck like infinitely
Huh.
at the maiden. And then when he does an attack on you, where he
Mm-hmm.
sucks a soul level, the souls for that level are dropped either when he dies or when you die. They're in your blood stain that's there.
Uh,
And because you're such a high level, that'll be an ungodly amount of souls.
wow.
But then I think when he does that, it'll reset you back down to the limit for luck. So the
Mm-hmm.
cost as well goes back down, so you can level up quite a lot.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty powerful.
It's an odd little glitch.
Yeah.
I've never actually tried it.
No, I
I
did not
should.
know that was a thing. But
That'd be interesting.
yeah.
But yeah, basically, he has an attack that can steal a soul level from you.
Yes, he does. It's very rude. But
Very
but
rude.
he has it.
Very scary. Easy enough to avoid if you can tell it's coming.
Yep. Uh and yeah. The wiki's broken.
Oh, that's not great.
No, well, good thing we're nearly done. I was just like, we didn't look at what the Silver Demon Soul does for the Penetrator. So I was just going to get that up.
Gives you the penetrator sword, I imagine.
I think you might be right, but it might do something else.
Oh, the wiki's dead. What a
Yes.
shame.
Yes, it is.
I'd assumed it'd just be broken for you.
No,
But...
it's broken. Uh,
Oh, it's back.
very cool.
Penetrator. Silver demon soul. Don't crash again on me. Don't you do it.
Mm.
Silver demon soul. The silver demon soul. Okay, we'll just wait for
But anyway, so yeah, this guy is he's a guy. He has a sword. He has like a grab attack that you can lose levels to.
it.
But he also has a bunch of sword swings, obviously. He also has like a bunch of wind attacks
Yeah, they're odd.
where they'll either like he'll swing and the wind will like shoot to you. Um
Oh, he's got that charge up one,
and he's got a charge up one which
which
you
looks
can.
great in the remake.
It looks really cool. And is if you it is one that you've really got to judge when he starts it if you're close enough because it has a very large radius on it. Um, and so you can just run in while he's doing it and stun him out of it, and then you're good. Or you just got to like run as fast as possible because I remember the first time we fought him, he did that, and I was like we said a mage. I had very little health, and I thought I was far enough away, and I wasn't, and I died.
Hmm.
um, because yeah, it goes far, but it
It
looks
goes
really
far.
cool.
I'm not entirely sure, but with playthroughs that I've seen, it almost feels like if you're just on the edge of it, you'll take more damage than if you're in the middle.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be
Maybe that's
completely
the
wrong
issue.
with that, but it's just
Yeah,
it's
it's true, but it does seem that
certainly
way.
something I've noticed.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, he can dash around as well. He's pretty fast, so you got to keep that in mind.
Hmm.
But eventually, you will kill him, and he
Indeed,
will.
he will drop you
He
the False King Demon Soul. Aha!
indeed.
Silver Demon Soul page has come
Ah,
up. You
cool.
can be used to buy the spell Light Weapon from Sage Frake or Cursed Weapon from Yuri the Witch,
Mhm.
um, or consumed for 36,000 souls. Can't actually use it to. Oh, I guess you get his weapon when you kill the red phantom version of him.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
It's
We just did
after.
that. Yeah, and that's like the Yuria stuff. Is like she is like the dark alternative of lots of the Sage Fake ones.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the false king's demon soul can be used to combine Soul Brand and Demon
Hmm.
Brand into the Northern Regalia, or consumed for 60,000 souls. What's the Northern Regalia? Well, it's a large sword, um, and it's the old symbol of the King of Boletaria. The shape of this blade unites both Soul Brand and Demon Brand as one. Uh, and yeah, it's believed that a malicious force left it behind in the world along with the old one. And it's a powerful weapon due to its non-stat based power. Attain pure black or pure white character tendency, and the sword will have a 540 attack rating,
Yeah.
which is yeah, pretty mad. And it is apparently a great weapon for vitality builds. It does split magic and physical damage. But yeah, uh, but yeah, once you've defeated him, you've either got a whole lot of other areas to do, or you have no more areas to do, and he was the last demon soul you needed to get.
Hmm.
So where do you go next?
Well, next, you go back to the Nexus. You go to do your
Mhm.
usual level up, and then realize, oh no, you can't. You've just activated a story thing,
Yeah.
in which a sword that was being held by a statue in the Nexus the whole time
Mhm.
gets knocked loose, cuts through the shield thing at the
Mhm.
bottom,
Yeah.
and the maiden in black just sort of takes your hand and goes, "Let's jump out of the Nexus,"
Yep. And so you do so.
which you would immediately die if you decide to do it on your own,
Yep.
which you can. Um, but you're completely fine if you're holding her hand.
Yep.
You just sort of, black out for a second, wake up. You're lying on a beach, I guess, with some ruins
Yeah.
around.
Something like that. It's a really cool set piece.
It is. It's
This.
incredibly cool. It's incredibly detailed, and it makes me
Mhm.
sad that it's only there for this final bit.
This and the old one all look awesome. I
The
just
old one.
wish there
They've
was more to them.
definitely nailed with the old one the idea of a primeval, you know,
Primeval
entity.
creature, yeah, for sure.
It's incredibly mysterious, you know. It's got that face hole that the giants have in Dark
Yeah,
Souls
in Dark
2,
Souls 2.
but then it also is made of tree
It's made of, like,
branches.
tree branches.
Sort of moves around like a worm,
Yeah,
and
it's also
there's the scars of the previous um, war or whatever you want to call it. There
mhm,
was a name for it. I can't remember what the name for it was.
yeah, it's a whole bunch of swords,
There's all those swords, yeah, stuck out of
massive
its back.
swords.
And there's
It's
birds as well.
and
There's
there's
lots of
birds
birds.
too, yeah.
Just why not?
It's really, really cool. Um, and I am glad it's not a boss fight, because boss fights at scale never work.
Hmm.
But also, I'm really sad it's not a boss fight. Uh, because what you get on the flip side is very anticlimactic, which is kind of the point. Uh, but is also a shame.
Hmm. I
Because
mean,
yeah,
it's. I guess it could be a boss fight. The whole point of this is it's run out of archdemons, and you're a very powerful figure, so it's
yeah,
invited you.
yeah, exactly. And now it's up to you to either kill the final archdemon it's got, the true King Alant, and take its place, or
Or
not
kill it,
kill it
and
and
then just leave the old one to the maiden in black, who is a demon, and I'm not
yeah,
entirely sure what her whole deal is still.
yeah, we don't, I think, know if she's actually, like, good or bad
Yeah,
or
you
what.
just decide to walk away and become a monumental instead.
Yeah, which sounds so much better.
Yeah, get to sit in the Nexus till the end of time, looking at a candle
Yeah,
with a load of dead babies.
yeah.
I assume.
Yeah.
It's time for me to do mine.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
More
the old one back to slumber.
indeed. But yeah, we kind of brushed over it.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. Which again, narratively, is really interesting. As a final boss, considering that the final boss you can have will either be False King Alant, which is, it's a great boss, but the final boss, I don't know. Or Maiden Estrella, like the end bosses are somewhat lacking
Yeah. Or you
in a
could
way.
fight. You could also have your final boss be um, what's it called?
The Dragon God,
The Dragon God, or
or
Storm King,
Storm King is like the Storm King's the best out of those
or
options.
Old Monk.
Storm King's the best out of those options.
Yeah,
Old Monk's
they.
a fun gimmick, but
I liked being the Old Monk.
yeah, but Storm King's really the only, like,
But then again, like he's a cool spectacle, but when it comes to fighting him, it's
Mhm.
very simple. It doesn't feel final bossy.
True. He is a spectacle fight. No, he's not. He's not like a final boss. Like False King Alarm is definitely the uh closest to that for sure.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, again, he is scaled, so you can fight him after one other demon soul. So it's Archdemon soul. So it's complicated. But again, this game is obviously not perfect. But it birthed a great many ideas that would come to make Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne and Sekiro and now Elden Ring very soon. How many days, Chris?
Um, 13 and a couple of hours.
13 days soon. So, like, probably 10 or so days when this episode gets released. Not long.
Mm.
Not long at all. And yeah, with one of those two choices, you end Demon Souls.
There's not much to say, really. There's a very nice song at the end.
There's always a good song at the end of a Souls game. It is no different here. Uh, and yeah, then it starts again. I wish that they had not had it do that.
Yeah, one
um,
thing I definitely like about Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 over the rest of the
mhm.
series is the fact that you can,
You go back to before you did the final boss, basically.
yeah, you can
Just
choose
after
when
you've
you
done the
decide to
boss,
go
and you
into a new
choose when you
game.
carry on. Which, considering that, you know, with Dark Souls Remastered, that was a remaster. They couldn't change that there. This is a remake, so you could have changed that. But I imagine there's some reason why they didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
there's not too much really.
yeah,
Um,
it's true.
However, having the ability to level up at least before when talking to the
Exactly.
Maiden in Black before being taken down.
Yeah, for sure. Because an awful lot of souls that you then can't use until you've gone back and gone all the way through to Phalanx.
Yeah, which at least in my New Game Plus that I did,
Mhm.
I at least managed to get through there without dying at that point,
Mhm.
so I didn't lose them.
Yep.
But it's certainly a way to make it a lot more stressful
Mhm.
starting New Game Plus.
Indeed. Indeed, it is. But yeah, that is the game. Um,
Yeah,
the end.
the end. I don't. There's not what else can we say. Rating. Shall I start that?
You start.
Ah, very good game. Very much enjoyed it. Possibly, I think my second favorite Soulsborne
Yeah.
game that I've played.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's not perfect. There are a couple of
No.
quirks here and there.
Sure.
Some of the bosses are amazing. Some other ones are very solidly meh,
Yep.
and some that just make me angry, make me choose violence.
Yep.
So perfect 10, not there, but it's
No.
still pretty high up there.
Sure.
Probably one of the higher ratings I've given things. I've completely
Mhm.
forgotten my scale now.
Mhm.
But I think we're going to give it an 8.94 on the
Okay.
rating.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite of the
Oh,
Soulsborne things?
Dark Souls
It
1.
is Dark Souls 1. Yeah.
I love the way it's all. Oh, I'm here again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess Bloodborne also had a very similar thing,
Mhm.
but
You need to
I
play
had I
Bloodborne.
never really knew where I was in Bloodborne
You
anyway.
need to play Bloodborne with less light issues. Yeah.
Yes, I need to start it with the blackout curtains.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. For me, I really enjoyed playing it and seeing lots of the inspiration for Dark Souls, like we said, and the other games to come. That's really cool. It looks amazing. The sound quality and everything, the sound design, the set pieces, the music, it's all great as well. Um, the mechanics, the combat, and all that thing is strong. Even though the animations are not the same, they are like the same like rhythm almost to the original.
Yes,
And I
when
think they did a
the fact that they had the motion capture for them,
yeah,
that somehow they were trying to had to get the exact same rhythm and cadence in it. Can't
yeah,
imagine how long they'd have had to spend doing that.
yeah. Highly recommend watching like the behind the scenes on like how they did lots of like the backstabs and stuff because it's very very cool. Um, but yeah, for me it's like hmm, probably this is like a 7.5. Um, it's like one of those things that it's like looking back on it. Um, it was very big, and I was very excited for it when it first came out because it was a remake, and I'd finally get to play it. Um, and it was like
Hmm.
the big thing with the PS5 being coming out. Um, but there's been a lot of games I've played on PS5 since that I would rank above it, uh, like by quite a bit. Um, but then again, it's a remake. It's not an entirely new game. But no, similar things to what Chris said. Some of the bosses are great. Some of them are and some of them are annoying. Um, but yeah, it looks really pretty. There's some really cool aesthetics. Um, and yeah, I did quite enjoy going through and seeing how things linked to either bosses or areas or zones or mechanics we got in the future. That was really cool. Um, and yeah, being able to play the game that got it all started one way or another is still really cool. Um, and yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, 7.5 to an 8. I've not played it again in a while. If I played it again, maybe it'd go up, maybe it'd go down. But it's definitely a good game that I enjoy. But
Hmm.
it's not one of those ones that I've been like, oh, I've got to go back and play this, like I have with like Bloodborne and the new Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But yeah, there we are. We've finally done it. That was Demon Souls in like what 8 parts or something. 7 or 8 parts. We are done. This is the end. Until we try Dark Souls again with Jacob and hope that we don't lose recordings like we did last time. Because that was
Yeah.
fun.
That was a
But
whole mess.
that was a whole mess. That was going to be great to try and figure out where we got with that. But that's not now. For now, we are done. We hope you found this at least vaguely interesting or insightful. And we thank you for listening. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Cabincast. For more episodes, go to www.cabincast.podbean.com or use the Podbean app. You can now also find us on iTunes and Pocket Casts under Cabincast and on YouTube. The uploads here are quite behind. Finally, you can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Cabincast. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.